What up? What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. It's NBA Talk with Jay. We got our guys Tuesday. We got our guy, man, the legend, Las Vegas legend, Teddy Covers from Wager Talk here. What's up with you, Teddy? How you living? Everything cool with you, my brother? We missed you.
Yeah. I'm feeling much better, dude. I'm still a little short. I didn't dance with you in the intro. I'm trying to conserve the energy. This COVID left me messed up pretty good for the last couple of weeks. But we're certainly, we're on the right side of it now. And even though the energy's not 100%, I don't want to be dancing yet.
No,
I'm feeling a lot better, Jay. Thank you. I appreciate it, buddy. Good.
That's
good to be back.
Hey, we definitely miss you, my guy. We know them plays been hot over there as well. And like you said, I'm glad you back on the right side of that and starting to feel better. Let's get to it, man. If y'all notice, my guy Teddy from Wager Talk, the show is sponsored by Wager Talk. They got a special promo over there as well. They usually do the NBA playoff packages for $249. This year they're doing them for $199 though. But if you're one of the first 99 customers, you can use promo code FIRST99, get $50 off a playoff package down for $149 whole playoff package. You can also get my guy Teddy's plays over there as well. Use promo code J50 to get 50% off his packages, Teddy. It's all business, right? It's playing games. We got 2 games tonight. Let's get straight to business, Teddy. Let's go over here to the streets of Brooklyn. We got the Nets here up to 9.5 now. Dragic will be playing here, Teddy. And we all thought that Jared Allen might be back by now, but he's still out for the Cavs as well. These two it would be nice to have Allen in this one, right, Teddy? But these two teams just played. The Nets were down, I believe, double digits, and they had to come back and win the game from behind. What are we doing, Teddy? Nets, they hate to play defense. They just try to beat everybody with their offense. Don't always give it 100%. You like something here?
So when these two teams just played, and I just had a bet on Cleveland when they played with us last weekend. I'm trying to remember what day it was, maybe last Friday or something, whatever day it was last week. I've been betting against the Nets as home favorites like clockwork. Okay. And going into the game against the Cavs, they were 1-20 ATS in their last 21 as favorites at home. And now they're 2-20 ATS in their last 22 as favorites at home. Okay. I'm not laying points with the Nets. This is not a short-term issue. Mm-hmm. Talked about the defensive concerns that Brooklyn has. I love Brooklyn in hostile road environments. We're going to make money on the Nets on the road in the postseason this year. I do believe that. At home, I don't trust them. I can't lay with them. It's not going to happen. It's Cavs or pass a priori for me. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm not laying this price with Brooklyn. So we had Cleveland the other day against the Nets, and you talked about that game, and the Nets got off to a big lead. The Cavs rallied back, and actually I think they took a lead for a minute in the fourth quarter. And then as soon as, it was like one of those deals where it was like Seabiscuit, where the Nets looked, oh, there's a horse, boom. And then 2 minutes later, the Nets were back up double digits and end up, winning and covering in that contest for what was, a relatively rare win and cover for Brooklyn. But the issue was Cleveland. All right. Cleveland without their core in the low post. All right. What made the Cavs unique? They had a pair of 7-footers. You couldn't drive the paint against them. There were no easy shots against Cleveland. That's not Cleveland right now. The Cavs team that we have right now is, let's put it this way. If they were playing with this roster all year, they wouldn't be in the playing game.
It's simple.
They're not good. They're okay. I wouldn't argue with any Darius Garland props tonight. Garland's going to be the big part of their offense. I wouldn't argue with the Garland over. But it's hard for me to get to the window with a Cavs team that I know is not just inferior. They're vastly inferior to Brooklyn. So it's a game I'm not going to play.
Yeah.
The one thing that stands out to me was that one prop that I just talked about.
Garland.
When you have a star player in a big game like this, where he's not necessarily going to defend it very well, and the offense is going to be on his back, it's a Garland over tonight if I'm going to get involved in this game at all.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Man, the Cavs, it would be crazy for them to have this good of a year and then possibly not even make the playoffs, right? I mean, unfortunately, the play-in tournament, the fact that they slid down to the 7 is not good for them at all because they could really get the 7-8. They could really not make the playoffs after having such a good season. So they would be one of those 7-8s like, man, screw this play-in. We earned it or whatever. But, they probably get get swept anyway. Like you said, without Jared Allen, I just don't see this team having enough defense. Obviously now Moses was Moses Wright or Moses Brown, one of those. That's I believe it's Moses Brown. He's coming there playing really well, but backup center, you got Kevin Love out there. It's not good enough. Marketing was good. Him and Mobley out there with Allen, but those just two out there. It's not the defensive presence. Teddy, you nailed it. Maybe you want to look at Garland props. Maybe LeVert as well. He's still going up. He'll always want a ball when he go up against the Nets. Those two, that's their main offense for the Cavs here. So I'm with you. Even though they did have they had a lead on the last game. This one, what if the Nets come out from the get-go and don't play around with them, right? So the Nets came out up 15, I believe 34-19 after the first quarter. Then the second and third quarter, the Cavs won those quarters and were up, going in the third quarter up. And then the Nets, like, all right, we saw it. When they stop playing around with them, they can turn the switch and smack them up by double digits easily. So I'm right there with you. It's a tough game, guys. I'll be honest. With it being a do or die and the Cavs knowing that, hey, if we lose this one, we lose the next one, we're out of the playoffs. It's Cavs or nothing with me with the points, but I did end up staying off this game, guy, because it wouldn't surprise me to see the Nets win by double digits as well. And the line is all over them as well. Line with it coming up, they're saying that they could win this game. They may not come around messing around with this team this time around. Go out there and smack them up, Teddy. Any closing words on it? I lean Cavs. If I had a free bet on it, I'd be taking the Cavs plus a 9.5 here, just because they definitely have it where this is do or die, man. You can't be. They might lose the next game as well, Teddy. But what any other thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, look at the Cavs against Atlanta. I mean, that's not a great matchup for them either. If Atlanta comes out in the Atlanta-Charlotte game, and frankly, Charlotte's not a great matchup
either one
for Cleveland. So we'll see who comes out of the other game in the East, who's likely to face the Cavs. But I mean, to me, it's a clear no play. It's a clear no play. I mean, I'm not like tempted by the Cavs plus the points to go against the Nets in this spot. I'm not tempted by the Nets minus the points to go against the Cavs in this spot. I want to bet against both these teams. We'll get our chances to do so in the not too distant future. We won't get our chances to do that tonight.
Exactly. No, I'm with you on that. Cavs are nothing for me. This total has been going down. That's pretty crazy as well. I guess that total going down kind of saying maybe if the Nets they would indicate they're going to play a little bit of defense tonight. So I hadn't seen that in a while. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But the total would open up at like 230, 229 down to 226, Teddy.
Yeah, the Nets when push came to shove in the fourth quarter the other day, the Nets completely shut Cleveland down. They actually played some defense in that game. And if I'm looking to get involved, I mean, again, all of these totals are going to be based on the NBA regular season numbers. These are not NBA regular season games. These are postseason games, a different level of intensity. You're not catching me playing overs right now. I'm playing. I mean, talk about a thought process. My thought process is under. Where could I find an under that I could bet? I don't know if we're going to get in the play-in games, but certainly the first round. Oh yeah. Talk about the games coming this weekend.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely looking to play unders.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, Teddy. Right there with you. Let's go over here. It's only 2 games today. Let's go over here to the streets of Minnesota here, man. We got the Wolves here laying 3, my guys, versus the Clippers. Now, Teddy, I'll tell you, the Clippers been playing some good basketball. They've been playing the better basketball. They're number 1 defense over the last 5 games and the number 2 offensive rated team as well over the last 5. Obviously, I mean, what do we take into that, though? I mean, they're playing against teams that don't have anything to play for. It was the last week of the regular season, but the Clippers are in better form. So I guess that's what I'm saying, even though the Wolves did kind of start to taper off and didn't play seriously. What do you think we're going to see tonight? Clippers here getting 3 versus the Wolves, my guy.
Yeah, I'm involved in this game. I have a client play on LA plus the 3 in Minnesota. If you shop around, you can find better than that. You can find, there is legitimate line variance on this game. I see a 2.5 on the Wager Talk Live odds screen. I see 3.5 on the Wager Talk Live odds screen, with the prevailing number being 3. So there is line variance here. And it's more a bet on the Clips than it is a bet against the T-Wolves. All right. But if you've watched the Clips play since Paul George back in the lineup, it's a very different looking team. You talked about some of the offensive numbers they put up, some of the defense. And I know they didn't play a ton of good teams, but they played Phoenix during that span. They played New Orleans during that span, and Milwaukee and Chicago and Utah. It was only the last couple of games they got to feast on the Sacramentos and OKCs of the world, and maybe they made the numbers look a little bit crazy. But the Clips have, I think, 3 advantages over Minnesota in this game. One, the T-Wolves have no postseason experience. I mean, they really don't.
That's good.
When you look up and down that roster, it's
they hungry. They hungry though.
Very hungry. But the fact that the Clips are used to playing in games like this, I think, is an edge, especially when you consider which team can get a stop in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to me, that's what this game is going to come down to: is who can get a stop in the fourth, who can get a stop when it matters.
That's a good.
And I trust the Clippers defensively a little bit more than I trust Minnesota right now. So we have the Clips playing their best ball of the year. We have the Clips who we trust on the defensive end of the court. And we have a Minnesota team that really lacks the postseason experience that, in my mind, matters in a game of this magnitude. It's Clips or pass for this better, and it's not a pass. It's the Clips plus the points.
This is a tough.
The other side. Go.
This is tough. Like I'm playing like Teddy. I'm doing the Teddy role. Does it concern you? No.
It always concerns.
Now look. Now, look, Ted, does it concern you that 4 of the last 5 games for the Clippers getting on their right, playing well? 4 of those last 5 were at the house. That one game on the road was versus the Bucks. The one game on the road was versus the Bucks where they sat everybody, right? Yeah. They played the Pelicans in a bad spot. They were coming off the huge win versus the Lakers, letdown spot for the Pelicans. They played the Suns. The Suns didn't have anything to play for, Ted. You know, I mean, the last 5 games, even though they played Phoenix, the Suns were out there not playing, playing basically not to get injured. They had a huge lead as well, and even though only won by 4. Like I was on the Clippers in that game, -2.5. So trust me, I know. But they ended up winning by 4. But in the Kings and the Thunder, we won't even talk about this. So the Clippers have played good ball, and they have, you know what I'm saying, start to show that they're playing, and they are the better defensive team. Teddy, I worry that the Wolves are young and hungry here, and really want to get over that hump. They haven't been playing well. I'll give you that, but they are number 1 pace in the last 5 games, and I do feel like they have the better offense. So this is offense versus defense. I must say, I usually go with the defense here, but the Wolves, they ball out at the house, man. They play. If this game was in LA, I'd be all over the Clippers. And these are 2 kind of evenly graded teams though, because the Wolves can D up when they really want to, and they're taking the game serious as well. They have 3 perennial all-stars in Russell, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Anthony Edwards, and all 3 of those can go off for 30-40 points in either night. They have some defenders: Naz Reid, Jared Vanderbilt. Patrick Beverly's gonna want this game versus old team. So I just feel like with this being at the house, it's nothing heavy for me, guys. I'll be honest, but I did play the Wolves -3 and -145 money line. With this being at the house, I had to sprinkle someone on my guys. So yeah. I am taking offense over defense. But Teddy, I understand your argument.
Yeah, and one of the things I do a lot in the postseason, I do a lot in the regular season too. I like betting against home teams. I like catching points with even teams in an era where the home court isn't necessarily worth that much. And I'm with you. Minnesota's a way better team at home. They have been on the road. I mean, they really have been. They played much better at the house. But when you talk about teams that you trust to go on the highway and get the job done, you know, you asked me if it concerned me that the Clips had played 4 of their last 5. They've been dominating at home. No, I'm not worried about that. The Clips are more, you know, they're a veteran team. They're more than capable of going on the highway and bringing their A game. They're not a team that I would have any concern about backing on the road. And if this game was in LA and the Clips were laying 3, I might be taking Minnesota. You know, you know, it feels like a tight game. It feels like a 1-possession game. It doesn't feel like the type of game I want to be laying points with.
Yeah, so even though it was to close the season, the Clippers were 1-4 straight up and against the spread their last 5 road games. That one game was the absolute smack city spot versus the Bucks. Both teams rested their guys. But, I mean, when you get up double digits versus Chicago there and lose that game there, like I said, no pun intended to you, Teddy, but when you lose into the Bulls there on the road, the Bulls, the team that's, you know what I'm saying, took in a huge slide. They were up double digits in that game, ended up losing in overtime today. I know DeRozan went off for 50 and all that, but I mean, the last 5 road games, the Clippers have actually shown some vulnerabilities. It's been at the house where they've been getting hot. So this is good TV, though, Teddy.
Well, I mean,
what if it's going to win?
They didn't play great ball. They had I call it a March Golden. What, they lose 5 in a row at one point. They lost to Cleveland in overtime, and Toronto beat them at the house, and then Utah and Denver, ugly losses on the road, and then Philly slapped them around. So, I mean, they had their share of hiccups. They weren't playing good ball, but the one thing we have to remember about the Clips is, like, they've been locked into this seed It feels like forever. You know, there hasn't been urgency. We got to get better now. There hasn't been urgency we got to improve seating or any of that. They've been, all right, we're going to be in the play-in game, and that's where we're going to be at. Basically, since the All-Star break. Put up or shut up time, and I think the Clips are capable of putting up.
That's a good point. It's a good game, Teddy. I'll be honest. This is the game of the night, man. This is the one where it's like, I mean, obviously with this point spread, you can see it could go either way. But this is the 5th matchup of the year. The last thing I'll say about this, when the Clippers beat them the first 3, it was all in close proximity of like 10 days, like 3 games in 10 days. That's when the Wolves hadn't figured things out. Obviously, the Clippers, the more veteran team, they were used to playing with each other. They cleaned them up all 3 times. The last time, though, the Wolves kind of started to figure some things out, smack the shit. We were on that. Everybody on this channel, we were on the Wolves over there in LA, smack city spot. Maybe they've got some things figured out here. We'll see what happens. The Clippers are in better form. They've been playing better basketball of late. But I will, the deeper team, though, I will take the Wolves in this fight. It's a small play for me, -3, and put a little some on the money line as well, -145. Man, let's talk about some shirts real quick. We got, oh man, big order of shirts coming, guys. I'll post them on Twitter. Just put the order in. Huge order, 500 shirts. NbaTalkWithJay at Gmail. The website will be up soon as well, where you can just go straight there, see all the sizes and everything we got. Y'all gonna love these shirts, man. Something I say, DM me. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. You gotta love them all the way until NFL season, man. Even just NBA shirts. It's us against the bookies, man. But free NBA picks, guys, as always, man. You can use promo code J50 for half off Teddy's plays, whatever. You want to get a full NBA package from my guy Teddy. Y'all don't get it twisted. Teddy's the man with the NBA, and this is for all access as well. You use promo code J50 for whatever for Teddy. He does baseball. I don't think he do hockey, but baseball, NFL, NBA. Teddy is the man. He's been doing this shit for a while, man. Teddy, I'm telling y'all. But Teddy, you let him know, man, what you got going over there, Wager Talk, and what you liking on tonight's card.
Yeah, every gray hair, dude, came from my I moved out to Vegas. I was all dark, dude, and you know, easy come, easy go, right? This is 25 years of bad beats right here. But I got one play up tonight. You guys shouldn't buy it because I just gave it to you. I like the Clips plus the points. I don't have anything in baseball today, but anything that you want, again, that promo package, J50, take 50% off whatever the heck you want. And it's not like Wager Talk super expensive to begin with. There, you know, that's the beauty of it. To be perfectly honest, is that, you know, we're regionally priced to start out. So the NBA has been great. It's been really. You talk about, you know, we were talking before we came on air, Jay, about you were like, I had a real good year. I'm like, I'm 34-11 the last 45. That dates back to February. So we're taking care of business. We're making money, and I expect to have a good postseason. But don't buy my play tonight. It's the Clips Plus. So, you know, if you want to get something, get on board tomorrow, get on board for the weekend, get on board whatever you want.
Exactly. And full disclosure as well, I always want to let you guys know if I believe if they don't profit, then they'll give you an extension as well, guys. So you're guaranteed profit as well. So it's just want to let people know there's no gimmick or something where we're trying to steal people's money or something. We all trying to win. You see what I'm saying? So you will win money, or you'll keep getting plays until you win, guys. But you're gonna win. It's simple. But let's cash, man. My guy Teddy, it's all love, man. I met him out there in Vegas. Really good, genuine guy. Him and his wife showed me hospitality. That's my guy Teddy right there, man. We missed you on the show. But for me tonight, this is a small play for me. I'll be honest with you. I don't really like these play-in one-off type games. I'm ready for the real playoff series where I can watch a game or two and really lay the hammer down on some stuff. But a couple of small plays for me tonight, man. Some tough games, but I want to have some action. Still trying to win. Wolves -3, a little bit on the money line, -145. Split up the unit, a full unit, half on -145. The money line, half unit on Wolves -3, man. I wanted to lean to the under. I do think these games will start to get a little bit more like playoff games. I'm watching the post-game interviews for the Wolves. Nas Reed's talk about we got to get more intense. Every possession matters. You see what I'm saying? That leads me to believe they're going to start taking defense seriously, back to where they used to. This Wolves team can play D. I just think they really get away from it sometimes, guys. But let's have a hell of a day. One of us will win. My guy Teddy, you go follow him on Twitter. Got 50,000 followers on Twitter, 50 plus. At Teddy_covers. You can follow me as well at JMoney'sMoney. Go use that promo code J50 for whatever Teddy's plays as well, man. Then go check out wagetalk.com. We out, my guys. Back at 5 o'clock Eastern with our guy Sharp. Let's get some cash. We out.